What's going on? It's yours truly, Mr.Taliaferro. How's everybody doing out there? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is game 2. Philadelphia 76ers up in the 6 to take on the Toronto Raptors. We all know game 1 was won by Toronto. Big time performances from Kawhi Leonard, Pascal Siakam combined for 74 points and a big time dub. Philadelphia didn't really show up. It's game 2. What you gonna do? Joel Embiid under the weather, and he's got a banged up knee, and reportedly his back ain't the greatest right now. Can the Philadelphia 76ers compete in game 2? Let's get into the highlight, then we'll come back with a little bit of commentary afterwards here. Out the gate, the Raptors would put Joel Embiid's sickness and his injuries to the test. Pascal Siakam early on goes right at Embiid and scores. Now we got Ben Simmons on the other end finding Jimmy Butler for 3. He had himself a basketball game. We'll show more Jimmy Butler as this highlight progresses. Now Powell trying to put Joel Embiid up for the test, and Embiid passes. Nice block, does come up limping. Embiid will keep playing. Towards the end of the first quarter, Ben Simmons, nice cross-court pass to James Ennis for 3. 31-19 Philadelphia. We're in the second quarter here. Kawhi Leonard drills a 3. The Raptors trying to make a run here. It's 36-22. Kawhi Leonard with the jam off the pass from Lowry. Now Lowry trying to get it done offensively. He'll take it. That's got to be a charge. It's called a block, and Kyle Lowry goes and 1. More Lowry here. Lowry, pick and roll mark. Nice pass through the legs of Ben Simmons to inside for a quick 2. Siakam scores. Other end, Jimmy Butler drills the 3. We'll head to the third quarter. Philadelphia in control. Kawhi Leonard to try to bring back this Raptors team. He's playing hard no matter what everyone else is doing. Kawhi Leonard had it going again. He dropped 35 points for the Raptors. Siakam, it took him a lot of shots, 9 of 25 from the field, but he did put up 21 points. But this game, unlike the last one, Jimmy Butler would be the answer. The big 4 for Philadelphia didn't play that great, except for Jimmy Butler. Other end, Kawhi literally by himself trying to keep this Raptors team in it. He was the only efficient Raptor in game 2. Other end, Jimmy Butler with the response. We go into the fourth quarter. Raptors down 7. Can they finish a comeback here? Not so fast, says Jimmy Butler. Nice pass into JJ Redick for 2. Now Kawhi, other end, he goes and 1. It's an 8-point game with 6 minutes and some change to go. Jimmy Butler going coast to coast right at Pascal Siakam. He didn't do a lot of that in game 1. He was super aggressive in game 2 as Kawhi Leonard goes and 1 to answer Jimmy Butler's and 1. It's a 7-point game here. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Kawhi to Pascal Siakam, who drills a big 3. It's a 4-point game, ladies and gentlemen. Other end, it's Embiid looking fine, and he'll find the hot hand, Jimmy Butler, for 3. Jimmy B had 30 in this basketball game. It's 88-81. Raptors got a run left in them. Beautiful pass from Siakam to Lowry, who drills a 3. Lowry had 20 points. Now Kawhi, 90-84 with a minute 30 to go. Raptors need points. They get them from Lowry, another clutch 3. It's a 1-point game with 30 seconds to go. The Raptors need a stop. Joel Embiid said you'll get no stop. It's a 3-point game, 92-89. If you see right here, Kyle Lowry actually tries to put the basketball through the legs of Tobias Harris. He did not successfully do that. Danny Green would get an open look for 3, and that 3 would go off the mark. And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, the Philadelphia 76ers have tied this series up at a game. A huge win in Toronto. As bad as they played in game 1, you knew they'd respond. But I did not expect them to win this basketball game. Just to be honest with you, there were a couple guys here and there for each team that chipped in. But for the most part, the stars were not stars. Kyle Lowry made a couple big baskets down the stretch. Pascal Siakam, again, 25 shots is a lot of shots for Siakam. I don't know about that many shots. Marc Gasol didn't have a great game for Toronto. It was pretty much on Kawhi's back. On the other side, Joel Embiid, 12 points? Tobias Harris, 9 points. Ben Simmons, a triple single, 6, 7, and 5. Yeah, those stats, you usually say, oh, wow, Philadelphia lost. They did not. Every time they needed a big bucket, it was Jimmy Butler, 30 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. He carried this team and it's chipped in with some big baskets, couple clutch threes. But this was mostly about Jimmy Butler and him showing, yo, I'm still pretty good. I called Jimmy Butler out after game 1. He cannot allow Pascal Siakam to win that matchup. If Siakam's going to win that matchup, then the 76ers have no chance. The Philadelphia 76ers can't allow the Toronto Raptors to have the 2 best players on the court. It's already bad enough that Kawhi is probably the best player on the court. If you're a Sixers fan, you can't allow Pascal Siakam to get to 29 points efficiently like he did in game 1, right? So it was up to Jimmy Butler to go back at Siakam. And as you saw in this game, Jimmy Butler was aggressive. You got to believe that contributed to, on the other end, Pascal Siakam missed some shots, right? The more he had to work, I thought Jimmy Butler had been very passive in the Brooklyn series and in game 1 of this series. Now, it didn't bite him in the Brooklyn series because Tobias Harris got hot. Ben Simmons had a great game, and then Embiid closed that thing out. But in a series like this, where stars need to be stars, it's up to Jimmy Butler to turn Pascal Siakam in from a borderline star back into a role player. That's his job in this series. And I think in game 2, he did a phenomenal job at that. Jimmy Butler, 30 points as the Philadelphia 76ers. They tied this thing up at a game apiece. I think I was watching Charles Barkley and Inside the NBA after this game, and I heard Chuck say all the pressure is on Philadelphia since they've stolen home court to win game 3 and 4. And I disagree wholeheartedly. No. To me, it's up for Toronto to get a split. Look, I know Toronto could probably come back from down 1-3 in the series. I haven't seen it yet, and I know they got Kawhi. Respect to Kawhi Leonard and all them boys there. I'm going to say this. This series needs to be tied at 2 if you're a Raptors fan. If Philadelphia wins these 2 games at home and they go down 3-1, 1-3, whatever you want to call it, going back to Toronto, we're going to be looking at a 5-game series here. This needs to be a split. If you're a Raptors fan, probably need to come out and hit Philadelphia in the mouth in game 3. Go get game 3, and then obviously they could lay an egg in game 4. They got 2 out of 3 at home in Toronto. We will see. But this is everything that I thought this series would be, which is competitive. I didn't expect Philadelphia to win a lot of games, but I thought it'd be very competitive as the Raptors lose game 2. Drake, sorry, man. You're going to have to just head to the studio tonight. It won't be a lot of celebrating because your Toronto Raptors did not get you game 2. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. They are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
Mr.Taliaferro.
Mr.
Shout out to Mr.Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr.Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV. Here with the Triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.